So the rumors are true. Now there's been an increased amount of visa refusals in most African countries, and the reasons are still unknown. I mean, when you go for the interview, you are not given the chance to talk for more than 5 minutes, and then you just get refused. And I want to accept the fact that irrespective of how you fill your DS form, I mean, you leave no stone unturned, you have great scholarships. The most important part of the visa interview is how you answer questions. So today's video, I'm going to be mentioning some of the questions I was asked at the visa interview, that is if I remember, and how I actually give answers. And I'm actually going to pull a document I've already talked about on my TikTok videos, called the visa prep. So this was actually the days to my interview. I actually typed all the possible questions that I could be asked during the interview. Like, I'll be mentioning them in some few minutes. So I typed every single question, about 15 of them, and the answers that I was planning to give. They weren't lies, they were actually true. So these were the answers that I was planning to give. And when I was in the queue waiting for my turn to go for the interview, I was just going through the script. It's more like a script for a movie, understand? So I'm just going to be going through all the questions that I prepared, so I can also use these guidelines to make your preparations. So without further ado, let's just go into it. So the first question that I have on my list is, why are you going to the US? I have the hard copy here with me, but then I just can't find it. So the first question is, why are you going to the US? Expect that you'll be asked why you are going to the US. It's like, why are you coming to my house? What do you want to come and do in my house? The US is their home. So why are you going to the US? You would have to give a reason. Now this is it. You are not supposed to give any generic answer. When I say generic answer, I mean you are not supposed to give an answer that makes it feel like the US is nothing special. You're supposed to give an answer very personal to you. So this is what I actually planned on saying, which I think I did. So I said that I'm going to the United States to pursue my degree in political science and law at so University, because it will expose me to diverse range of political ideologies, perspectives, and experiences. Now take note, I said something that it will expose me. I didn't say I'm going to the US to study because the US is the best country when it comes to education, when it comes to innovation and all that. I said first of all, it's going to expose me, so it's going to be a benefit to me. That is why. Why not Canada? Why not UK? Why not France? Why USA? Because US would expose me to political ideologies and all that. That is why I chose the USA. You understand? So that is what I said for the why you are going to the US. And I think she cut in at that time. But then if I was asked to proceed, I would say something like, I would also get the opportunity to engage with real world political issues and participate in political training. Now, we know that not all countries has this opportunity where you go and study politics, you go and study law in their country. You don't really get a chance to engage in real life political issues. I mean, when I came here, I've had a chance to work with political figures over here. I'm currently a senator over in my school, a freshman senator, which is also a political role. I've had chance to visit the the capital in my state. It's literally just behind my school. So I'm having the chance to engage in real life political issues, and that is the benefit of studying in the US. So I literally said it's that it's going to help me personally. You understand? So the next question that we have is, why this program? And expect them to ask you this program. Most people, when I'm helping people apply for schools, you hear them say, oh, just choose any program for me that would literally help me get admission faster and all that. You are not supposed to do that. The reason why you are being asked why this program is that they want to see your career plans, your future plans, to say that this guy, the program that he's studying, he's trying to migrate to your country. My course was a very risky course. I mean, who would want to study politics and law in America and would want to leave? It was a very dangerous and it was a very serious setup. But then this is how I actually answered it. So I said that studying political science and law, especially in the US, will give me the needed knowledge and skills to speak on behalf of people in my country. Bear in mind, I said in my country. I didn't say all around the world or in the US. So I said in my country. Looking at the rates at which Ghanaians have lost hope in government and politicians, and even think most of them are full of deception, I want to be a voice and a leader to my people, as well as make a positive impact in my country. I tend to come back home and start my political journey. That is the shortest answer that I gave. So why this program? You are going to study nursing. So why nursing? Oh, I'm
passionate about taking care of sick people. So I think when I study nursing, I'll get the privilege to take care of sick people.
You're not supposed to say things like that. Why nursing? You're supposed to mention something very unique to yourself. Maybe I'm studying nursing because after losing a family member to brain tumor, it has made me develop the passion to study about brain cancer and all that, to help people back home. Something related to that. So move on to the next question. Why this school? I'm rushing because I have class in like 20 minutes. So Why this school? And also another important question, because during this first interview, that was the first question I was asked. Why this school? Then why this school is because most people go to the interview with just any random school. You get any school in the US, they give you some huge scholarship, huge deficit, and then, oh yeah, I've gotten an invitation to go to the US, so you are going. They want to know that you're actually coming to US because, number one, the school is very unique to you. Number two, there's something that you are going to learn from that school, not because you had admission, that's why you want to come to the US. So they are scrutinizing it. So why this school? I chose my current school, University of Charleston. Out of the 3 schools I applied, this answer was very intelligent, and I really applaud myself for that, because you kind of let them know that you had so many options, but then you had something unique about this school. That is why you chose it. So I wrote that I chose this school because I applied to their political science and government program, which offers a social work practicum, independent study, advocacy project, and hands-on research. And not everyone in the US does this. Not every school in the US does it. So secondly, I moved on to say that there is an admissions officer over here who literally inspires me. I mentioned her name. She has the same career path as mine. I mean, she's a legal person. She has a book. She has a podcast, and she has promised to mentor me when I come to the school. So it's very special to me. Not every school has promised to mentor me. Not every school has promised to do this. I didn't say that, I chose this school because they gave me this scholarship. I chose this school because it's the best in academics. I chose this school because it's the best in... No, you are not supposed to mention something generic. It's supposed to be very special to you. So this is the key. You can say something that probably this admissions officer has the same career path as you, or maybe there's this particular program or this particular course structure or curriculum in that school that no school in the US has it. So it will be an advantage to you. You understand? So the next question that I probably had on my list was, how would you fund your studies? The most important part of the interview. The moment they ask you this question and you mess up, you are done. They are not going to give you any chance again. So how will you fund your studies? And I want you to start by mentioning the scholarship you are given. And once again, this is what I wrote. So aside being awarded a scholarship of so and so amount annually, I didn't say that, I've been given a scholarship and then just be there. So what else? You have to start, aside being awarded the scholarship, number one, you've chipped in that scholarship. You are going to let them know that you've been awarded the scholarship of this amount of money from the school. So I wrote that aside being awarded the scholarship of so and so annually, which will cover so amount of my tuition fees, my deficits will be covered by my biological father, who is Mr. ABC. He is the blah 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 of this, and he owns several transport businesses. He makes an annual income of so and so amount of money every year, and he's also a member of this. So within that few seconds, I've summarized how I'll be funding my studies. How would you fund your studies? Number one, you show that you have a scholarship. Number two, you show that your father has the amount of money. And how did he get that money? He makes this money from his transport businesses, his profession. Don't go and say that my father is a doctor, so this. You know that doctors in Ghana aren't paid that much for you to go and study abroad. So you mention something like investment, this. If you have a loan too, you can also mention. If you have a government scholarship too, you can also mention it. And the next question is, how many universities did you apply to? So literally, this doesn't really require much, but then it's a very intelligent question. So I applied to 3 universities in the US. You go ahead and mention it, and then you say something like, they all give me admission, or maybe 2 of them give me admission. However, I chose this particular school because, then you go and say something exceptional about the school. Maybe I was offered the highest scholarship, or I was offered this course structure, or something very unique to you. Moving on, what have you been doing after school? So this is for those who are worried about your age. So now most of you may not know, but then I started schooling after 5 years. When I went to UPSA for 2 years, I dropped out, stayed at home for 3 years. So I had a 5-year study gap, starting all over. So they asked me, what have I been doing after school? And this is what I said. I remember saying this. After completion of my high school education, I did get an offer from my father's church. Now, when you are mentioning the job offer, make sure that on your DS form, the employment section starts from the date you are going to mention at the interview, because when she asks that question, he or she already has that information on the screen, because you entered it, of course, on the DS form. So I said something that I had an offer from my father's church to work as a general secretary, where I helped represent the church on social platforms and attend meetings on behalf of the church administration from so and so date to this date. I also interned at the Ghana Statistical Service, worked with several charity organizations and community services, something like that. So very short. Why degree now? You'll be asked this question if you have a very long study gap. So why are you trying, or why are you planning to study degree now? So as a holder of a high school certificate, I am required to earn a degree to advance in my professional career. So it's a requirement. You can't do, or you cannot advance in your career without a degree certificate. So in addition, I am interested in becoming a politician and an author. pursuing a degree in political science and law, specifically at this school, will provide me with an excellent opportunity to make courses such as theories of blah blah blah. So you go ahead and mention some of the courses you are going to be studying. So let's say you had occupational therapy, you're going to go ahead and mention something like, I'm going to get a chance to study so and so therapy, get a practical. You understand? Let the answers be very deep. Don't go and give generic answers there. Come on, this is America. These people are Americans. Don't go and give any generic answers there. Have you been denied a visa before? Yes. So I was denied a visa before. So yes, under law 214B. Simple. Don't go and say I was denied a visa, but I didn't know the reason why they denied me. So I don't know. Don't go and say anything like that. Go and say that, oh yes, I've been denied under law 214B on the 3rd of August. Blah blah blah. But then I wasn't given any specific reason for my denial. This is my second interview. For the third interview, when I was asked, I was said that yes, I was denied on 2 occasions. And the second time, the woman told me that my fees was too much, so I should find a school with a lower fees. And then she went ahead and asked me what has changed about my applications, and I just said that, oh, I had a school with a lower fees, blah blah blah. Now they might probably ask you something like, tell me about your school. So in this case, you say something like, my school started as an all-female university in New York in the year blah blah blah. And one last question they probably might ask, but it's rare, they ask, what is your background? So I completed Accra Academy Senior High School, studying business with cost accounting on the 10th of May, and I have been working on my hobbies and also blah 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 and all those basic stuff. So these are some of the most important questions you'll be asked. Bet me, out of all these questions, 2 of them are going to be asked. Trust me, if they are not asked, come under this comment and say, Sam Charles, they didn't ask any of the questions that you gave me. So I'm going to try my possible best. This is not a promise. I'm going to try my possible best. Okay, I'm going to do it. So I'm going to link the soft copy of this document in my description. I'm going to upload this video right now, so I'll probably do it later, so you can come back if you don't see it. So just find it, download it, but I'm going to blur out all my personal information because I don't want you guys to know. So I'm just going to have it in the description. You download it and probably reframe it for your own self. It's going to be like a guidelines. I mean, I'm doing the best for you. Come on, you guys have to give me something in return. I mean, subscribe to my channel and share the video, hit that notification bell, all those kind of things that the YouTubers have been doing. So anyways, that's it for today's video. I'm going to class in the next 10 minutes, and I just wanted to record this quick video, and I want you to know that I really believe in you. And even though I haven't met you before, I haven't seen you before, I believe in you, not because of anything, but I believe in you because I believe in myself, and I believe that if me had all the disadvantages in the world, have been refused from Canada, and you know that if you are being refused from Canada, there is a rumor that it affects US. So me that have been refused from Canada, very broke, had nothing, started from nothing, zero. When I tell you zero, I'll probably tell my story into details one day. Started from nothing and has been able to make it here. Then most of you are more privileged than me. You have no reason to give up. If you've been refused the US visa before, you've been applying, schools are bouncing you, it's not a big deal. You just haven't found the right path. You just haven't found the right school. You just haven't found the right answers to give at the interview. They will not refuse you based on that, oh, today we don't feel like refusing people. We don't feel like approving people. Let's just refuse them. They'll refuse you when they feel you are not qualified. And I've told you that because of the rate at which they are being refused, or the rate at which people are submitting applications, going for interviews, it's alarming. So they have to scrutinize. They have to do proper scrutinization. It's like, at first, people get to enter this room with knives and stuff, and then they started searching people, but still people managed to come here. What are they going to do? They are going to employ machines. They are going to do proper scrutinization, and that is what is happening in the embassies right now. So you have to prove to them that, no, I am part of those who is coming here with genuine intentions, and I'll definitely return. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's, I thought I was recording a podcast. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next video. Mwah!